Good morning, healing friends. This is Steve, who is interested in consciousness and healing, spirituality, truthfulness, and I'm looking for a word. I was thinking the word is evolution, and that may be the word I'm looking for. The evolution of consciousness to a higher consciousness, no matter what seems to be going on in the world that is possibly distracting, we can tune into ourselves and begin to open up our minds, our higher chakras, our hearts, our intuition or gut sensing, and our power, which a lot of our power comes from our sacrum and our fifth lumbar. Those are kind of the two of the power spots that we can activate energetically through our intention and goodwill. Attention and goodwill. We're going to do set up a healing field today. I'm going to do the simple version of it. Everyone is in place, so I'm going to go through the simple version of setting up a healing field within the world healing field. This healing field is for you for this day, unless you watch it a week from now, and then it will be for you on that day. A week from now will be November. Actually, a day from now will be November. And in this country, which is the United States, sort of United States or ununited States, I'm not quite sure what we are. I know the spelling. I know the words that have been put into consciousness for however many years, United States. But I think that they came up with that term United States after beating the crap out of the people that disagreed with their ideas of how the country should be. And then they had a civil war. And after the Civil War, the winners always get to make the choices. The winners probably came up with the term United States. But I don't know if it ever resolved the conflict that the Civil War was about. But I think they just maybe ran out of people able to fight because most of them had died off from the war between the states. And that, being called a civil war, seems like that was a very uncivil war, just like all wars are apparently uncivil. And people make up these stories as to why we're going to war, but they're stories made up by the people who profit from war. I won't even get into it. I could just go off on some tangent, and let's just keep it the crown chakra opening and us connecting to our higher self, our highest self, our deep self. And let's set up a healing field and release these energies of these wars, current and former. And there are lots of former wars. So we're just going to go for the core of war, and we're just going to release the energy of war, even the wars that are going on right now, because we can, and we've just survived 10 days of galactic activation portals, which, boy, brought up a lot of stuff for a lot of people. So I was going to say I'm going to skip this book, but I'm not going to skip this book. So I just want to tell you, if I haven't said this, Steve, it is Steve, and that's what my parents named me, so I just stuck with it. And But this is a book that I'm reading again. It came out in the 70s, channeled by Jane Roberts from a being who referred to himself as Seth. And this is Seth's version of the nature of personal reality with the construct or creation or thought form that we construct our own reality. And so, how do we do it? And how do we keep constructing realities we don't like, or how to shift and change and begin constructing realities that we do like? Now, I don't even need, the whole thing of, constructing or creating your own reality, that needs to be kind of argued amongst yourselves. I'm not saying we do or we don't. I'm saying that's what the book is about. It is about constructing reality and how it can be done and how it may be done and how you can know more about it if you want to and possibly change the way you're creating reality for yourself. So that's it. How long did it take me to say those few words? 6 minutes. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, I connect with my deep self. You might want to state these words out loud. I connect with my higher self. I connect with my highest self. I ground myself to the healing center of the earth. I open myself to the healing power of the One. I let go of anything not useful to me now. And if you choose to, you can state, I connect with the Hathors. I connect to the world healing field. I surround myself in a field of protection while I do this work. I invite all souls to return to the event, to release and integrate the energies, starting over again. I ask the higher self to take us through the portal of time to the event that would be of the highest good to release and integrate at this time. And I invite all souls to return to the event, to release and integrate the energies of the event for themselves. And I ask that we all be placed in a field of protection while we do this work. Upon arrival at the event, I ask the higher self to assist us to release and integrate all energies of the event, gently and easily, fully and completely, on all levels and through all space and time. Okay. So we are going to be working with some energies today, and it feels like we're working with the energy of war and conflict and struggle and suffering and fear and anger and grief, all those things that surround war. And we may, feel righteous about what we think about it, whatever, work with those energies. Possibly be willing to be flexible, possibly be willing to change. You may have really supported the use of war as a means of getting what you want. And you might change and say, I don't support that. Or maybe you never did support it, but your government did, or whatever. Just become more flexible, become more present, become more encompassing of the world that you live in, and encompass it, if you wish, through your heart and through love, kindness, and compassion. Know that people who are in the midst of battle are suffering. Both sides, everyone in wars are parents or children, or both. They're all human beings. The numbers that are injured or die are human beings that are being injured and dying from the wars that people decide to have. So, as we work with these energies today, you can go ahead and hit the pause button. And then when you feel complete working with these energies, then come back and do this final process. So hit the pause button. Okay, welcome back. And so for this last bit of the work, we're going to go through this process. So I asked the higher self to assist all the souls that had returned to the event to combine with that part of their soul that had remained at the event and bring that combined soul back into their body in present time with all of its wisdom, power, clarity, and creativity. I would ask those souls to ground themselves in the healing center of the earth and open up the portal for the delivery of the new energies into the earth at this time. And then I ask that these new energies be brought into the earth now. And I ask that they be activated. Let the universe and beyond know that this has been done and that it's good. Okay, have a very healing day, and look forward to speaking with you next time. Namaskar.